Hey everybody, look man, back here again with another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a basic Roblox game that you can play with your friends, and we'll teach you the basics of scripting. So this is a racing type obby game where you do an obby and whoever gets to the end first gets a win on a leaderboard, and and it says that they won at the end. And I will teach you how to add multiple maps to this concept and overall have a fun time with it. So let's get straight into it. I'm also going to be skipping parts where I model because this is really just a scripting tutorial and not a modeling tutorial. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so here's a basic lobby I made for intermissions and stuff like that. It's also good to group everything you have in your game, so I'm just going to do that real quick. We're going to rename this to lobby. We're also going to place down some spawn locations in our little area here. We're going to remove the decals from them. We are going to set them to transparent, and we're going to turn can collide off on these, and we'll drag these into our lobby model as well. Okay, so let's get to actual functionality for our game. So let's just go over here a little bit, and let's make a little barrier here. So we want everybody to teleport to the race before it starts. So we're going to make a thin, partially transparent little thing here, and we're going to call this barrier. And then we want to make a thing under barrier that we are going to call just, okay, well this is going to be put in our maps, or it could actually just stay here, so platform. And I'll explain to you what we're going to do with this. So we are going to make a platform here, and we're going to make walls that go straight, and we'll duplicate it. And this is however far straight you want it to go. Duplicate it, drag it over, and then we're going to make another wall here. And then we are going to get the barrier and this platform here, and we're going to copy them and paste them over. And we're going to move them over here. Also Control R to rotate like how I just did. And then you want to change the color of this to green or whatever you want. And then we are going to call this winner. And you want to turn can collide on this off. And to finish it off, we're going to put a little barrier here. Now the reason I just did all this is to set up a little bit of a map template for us. So then I'm going to take the platform, everything but the two little barrier things, group it. I'm going to take everything, that's the barrier. Okay, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to rename it to template. Then I'm going to drag it over to replicated storage. Then I'm going to do Control D to duplicate it, and now we have it back in our workspace. So I'm going to take one of these walls, and I'm going to move it down the floor, and I'm going to raise this a little bit. So this is like lava. Now we could just call this death. That's what we're going to call these for now. So let me make our base map, and I'll get back to you once that's done. Alright, so we have our first map here. I've gone ahead and tested it out and everything, and it works pretty well. Also, just make sure everything is anchored, like select everything in Studio, and hit the anchor button up top there. So now that we have everything done here, I don't know why this is in the ground. So now that we have everything started, we can actually get to work with coding, although I think it's a good idea to raise the walls of this map a little bit. Because sometimes you get pretty close to the roof when you're jumping. You can do whatever you want for your map, it doesn't really matter. It's also good to have lights in your map. So what I like to do is I just like to grab a ceiling light model from Toolbox and put it above the map. And if you put it in the map, I don't know, I think it interferes with the aesthetics of the map. But some lights look very good, and depending on the map. So you can do whatever you so please. So what I like to do is I like to do this. Just get this. And then we could also copy the light here. Since I have lava at the bottom of my map, we could just like paste it into the lava. Although actually, okay, with this kind of thing, it would be better if we had a surface light. Put this on the top. And the lava kind of illuminates the map a little bit. We might even be able to remove the lights. It's got a cool vibe. So what we could do is we could just increase the angle and the range, or actually, don't increase the angle, but increase the range like a decent bit. Then set it to the color of the lava if we wanted to. Maybe just a hint of orange. Kind of suits the aesthetic of the map, and it looks pretty cool here. We could also set it to night for better lighting, because it doesn't affect it as much. We can just make this really thick and stuff like that. And there we go. So here's our map. Now we can actually start coding it. So let's insert a script into Workspace, and then we could call this whatever you want to call it. I'll just call it Game Handler. And then we'll do, we'll move our template into replicated storage real quick, and we'll call it map1. Move it into replicated storage, do folder, call it maps, and we'll move it in there. Okay, so we're gonna do function, game start, and we could just do this. So make a remote event in replicated storage, and we're gonna call it game start, and then do so game.replicated storage.game start fire client or fire all clients, and then we're gonna do game.replicated storage.maps.map1 clone. We're gonna do local map equals, and then map.parent equals game.workspace. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to we'll paste our template. We'll put a template in here, which is what we used. We'll take the copy of the barrier, right? And we are going to do this. We'll call this point. There's a reason for that, but we'll get into that in a minute. So point, drag it here. We'll set it to fully transparent. We'll turn Can Collide off on it, and we'll raise it up a little bit. Okay, we can put this template back in replicated storage now. Okay, so now that point's here, we can continue. So go to starter player, go to starter player scripts, and then insert a local script. And then do game.replicatedStorage.game start on client event connect function. And then we'll do game.players.localplayer.character move to, and then game.workspace.point.position. Okay, so I'll explain to you what we're doing here. What we're doing is on the game start function, we are making it clone the map and put it into Workspace. The reason we're doing this is to set up functionality for multiple maps later on. This sends a message to a local script, and this local script is in every character's, every character's like handler. So this local script will basically, whenever it tells the local script or through this event that that the game has started, it teleports the characters, the player's character, to the point we just made. So if we actually do something real quick, so at the end of our file, we want to do wait, say 5, and then do game start. And then if we hit play, and we wait a couple seconds, so it spawns us into our little lobby here. We wait a couple seconds, it teleports us, but obviously our game isn't finished. That's just one small element. So we want to go ahead and go to Starter GUI, create a Screen GUI, and create a text label. And move it to like right here. And then set the background transparency to 0.5. We'll do 5. Set it to a little bit of a darker gray. Do 0.6. Then darken the gray a little bit. So then we're going to go and do text scaled here. Or text scaled. And then we can change the font. I'd change the font to this. No, you know what? Ubuntu. And then we'll just put a text here to be intermission. Let's create a value inside a workspace. We're gonna create a string value. String value just stores like a string, so a string is like some text. So hello there, that is a string. So now let's insert a script into our new text label. This could be just a normal script, and let's do while wait. Actually, well, what we could do is we could do game.workspace dot. And then we need to set the name of our value to text. Text. Get property changed signal. And then in quotations we do value, and then we'll do connect function. Script.parent.text equals game.workspace.text.value. Okay, so now if we hit run, it will say intermission, and then we can change the text to EE. And the okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to insert a script into our new text label. We're going to do while wait one do script.parent.text equals game.workspace.text.value. And then if we go and we in our game handler, let's say game.workspace.text.value equals game started. We hit run. So we wait for our game start function to go through. And it so if we hit play and we wait for our game start function to happen. By the way, I'll fix this. It says game started, as you can see. So now we have to make it like look good in game. So go to, I will leave this plugin link in the description. Go to auto scale light, and then in the unit conversion, select text label or whatever you need to scale, and then hit under size, hit scale, and then let's go back in game. And as you can see, it automatically scales it across our screen. Obviously, it says this. So then it says game started, and obviously nothing happens. So let's go back to our script inside of this actually, and let's set this to 0.5, just so it's a bit quicker. And then let's change this text to intermission. So let's do some text here. We'll do game starting in 5 seconds, and then we will copy this and we'll do wait 1. So let's just paste this in like 5 times. Game starting in 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do the game has started, go, and then we'll do game.workspace.barrier.canCollide equals true, or equals false actually. And then if we go in ahead and hit play, We load into our game here. This is game starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game has started to go, and then we can walk right through it, and we could do our obstacle course. And obviously, you're imagining you and your friends, or maybe some random players. Maybe your game pops off. So then, random players, a bunch of people going through here as fast as they can to beat the obby. So now let's actually code the winning. So I'm just gonna go to the winner and make sure it's at the top. Make sure this goes all the way across your map. And then let's go to game handler and let's do function game end. And let's do game.workspace find first child. Let's actually change. Okay, let's do map.name equals map. Find first child map. So basically, this searches workspace, and the first thing it finds with the name map, it will delete. So destroy, and there we go. So that destroys the first thing it finds with the name map, which will obviously only be our map. So now let's do game.workspace.barrier.canCollide equals equals true for next game. And then actually what we'll do is we'll do this a little differently because it's easier for you guys to understand. So we'll do game.workspace.winner.touched connect function and then player. We'll do or other part, sorry, and then you end like this. So make sure it looks like this. So now we'll do game.workspace.text.value equals other part.parent.name dot has one, like that. And then we'll do if other part.parent find first child humanoid. I need to make sure I spell this right because I spell humanoid wrong in every tutorial. If you see my other tutorials, you'll know that. So human OID is not nil. Then, so what this does is it makes sure that the thing that touches it is a humanoid. So say a random part touches the winner brick, it doesn't say that random part has one. So this isn't really done, but we'll play and we'll test out our game so far. So it says intermission, and now we're in, and there is an error. Okay. Okay, so code is very case sensitive. I did not capitalize name. That was my bad. Name needed to be capitalized. So that is a good, that's a little bit of a learning moment. Code very case sensitive. As you can see, that fixed the problem. So it does our little game starting. Game start to go, we can walk through it. I should probably make it actually go transparent, but it doesn't matter too much right now. So let's go ahead and beat our obby. Say a bunch of players are chasing us. We can imagine that so far. And then once we go here, it says let man was here as one, but obviously it deletes the obby and it doesn't teleport us back. So let's just copy point in workspace. Let's drag it over to our little lobby intermission type area. And then let's make it bigger. And then let's call this spawn point. So now let's go back to game handler. Let's create a new event in replicated storage. We're going to call this game end. Now we'll do game dot, or actually we'll do this before any of this. So we'll do game.replicated storage.game.end fire all clients. So then we want to go back to our local script and we can just copy this right here and replace this with game end and then spawn point. That position. So, and then we want it to do game.workspace.text.value equals intermission. And then we want to do wait 5, and then we could do game start. Okay, everybody, so I made a bit of a mistake in my code. I put game start instead of game end here. So that was my bad. So if I hit play, I move the start position or the end position up a little bit just for testing. So I'll move it back in a second. So if I go here, so if I start, yeah, we could go here and then boom. Well, man was here as 1. So let me move the test position back and we'll continue the tutorial. Okay, so the winning position is back in place. So now we need to go into our maps. We need to actually, okay, well, yeah. So death, we will put a script in here and we'll do script.parent.touched connect function and then other part, and then we'll do other part dot parent. Okay, we'll do if other part dot parent find first child human OID is not nil, then other part dot parent move to, and then we're going to do the start of the level. So game.workspace.point.position. So now if we play, we have a basically finished game here. Obviously we're going to add on to this in more episodes, probably only 1 or 2 more episodes. So if I go here and say, oh, I do the jump too fast, I mess up and I have to start over. So let's just do a little bit more polish real quick. We will go here and we'll do game.workspace.barrier.transparency equals 1, making it invisible. And then we'll go back here and we'll do 0. We'll do 0.6 to reset it to what it was. Or it was actually 0.5. Okay. So now let's add some music to our game. So we'll do lobby music. We'll just search that in audio. Okay, so we'll take this, we'll set it to lobby, and then now we'll search for action music. If I could spell action correctly. Search, okay. This is not action music. Why is it? You work? Toolbox, please work. Okay, that's weird. That should. This isn't. Okay, well that's action music. Okay, this is perfect, so we'll set this to game. Although it's a bit loud, so you could lower the volume of it if you want, or you could actually use whatever audio you want here. Then go back to game handler, and when the game starts, we want to do game.workspace.game play. Then when the game ends, we immediately want to do game.workspace.lobby play. Oh wait, okay, sorry. Lobby music, because there's a model named lobby. Then we'll do lobby music play, and then we'll do game.workspace.game stop. So there we go. So if we join, I should actually make it play when you join. Actually, okay, well, here's what we'll do. In game handler, we'll do game.workspace.lobby music play, and then on game start here we want to do game.workspace.lobby music stop, so it works with the gameplay loop, because what I just coded did not work with the gameplay loop. So we play, we get the nice peaceful lobby music for our lobby here. We're waiting for it to start, and then it plays the action music. And then back to the peaceful music. So anyways, I think I'm going to cut it here, guys. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please hit that like button down below. In the next part, we're going to be covering how to add multiple maps. It'll be a much shorter tutorial. See you guys later. Bye-bye.